welcome to my studio. So for the last few days I took a break and did nothing because it was the Easter break, so I decided I was going to rest and do no painting. But I've started again, got another one on the easel, finished the one that was in the background last week, so you'll be seeing that soon. But today I'm going to show you a painting I did a couple of weeks ago, and it is of one of my favourite vases, which is this vase here. I got this off of Instagram actually. I found this lady that lives in Queensland and she hand makes a whole lot of different vases and jugs, and she paints them all blue and white, which is my absolute favourite colour. I have a pretty big collection of blue and white vases, and it's going to take me a while to paint them all, but I'm going to try. So I hope you enjoy the painting for this week, and I'll see you at the end. This is a painting that I wanted to do for quite a while, ever since I bought the vase, because I loved it so much and I took reference photos of it straight away. Did this painting acrylic on canvas, as most of my paintings are. And as you can see here, I'm just filling in the design of the vase. I find it easier when I'm doing detailed designs on any type of vases or ginger jars or any kind of jugs, that if I trace my design onto the painting, I get a better result. I could freehand it, but some of the designs on these jars are just so complex that it's easier to use my drawing to transfer the design onto the canvas for me. Makes it a lot easier. So here I'm just filling in the handles of the jugs. And when you're painting white, you'll notice that it's not always white. There's often a lot of colours in it, a lot of blues and greys, and also anything that's next to it will reflect off of it. So here I've used a lot of greys and some blues to get the reflections in there. And it's kind of amazing how the light reflects, because even though the light was coming from the right hand side and the left hand side was deeply in shadow, I still got that small reflection on the arm of the jug there. So it's really important that if you're using to use a reference photos, that you can see all those details. And also you can see there in the corner a little bit of masking tape there. That's my reference photo. I always have it right next to me while I'm painting, because as good as my memory is, and as much as I can remember most of the things that that I'm looking at or that I've normally painted, you can't remember every single detail. And quite often, sometimes I'll be painting along and I'll think, yeah, I know where this is, what this is going to look like, because I've painted a million of these leaves before. But then every now and then you'll look at it and go, oh, I didn't notice that before. So I find that it's really useful to always have the reference photos there, just so that you can get your lights and your darks correct. So on this painting, I'm mainly using filbert brushes and then my liner brushes to get the fine details in. And you'll see there with the contrast, with the leaves, they really put in a strong contrast. So sometimes I'm using a pure white, and then other times I'm going really close to black. And I find that by using extreme contrast in my paintings with the colours, taking them to the brightest brights and then to the darkest darks, almost blacks, I think if you want your painting to have a three-dimensional effect and look really realistic, that you need to take your contrast to those extremes. And I've been doing it for a while and it seems to be working, so it's something I'll keep doing. This painting was a lot of leaves, so it was very repetitive, and it was I went from one leaf to the next, and it was the same technique over and over and over again, which is why I haven't shown you all the leaves. I've just shown a few as I've gone along. This painting was so enjoyable to paint, and I really hope that you liked watching me paint it. Thank you so much for joining me for that little painting. If you can't tell by now, I'm a little bit obsessed by blue and white ceramics, and they feature heavily in a lot of my paintings. So join me next week, and I'm going to be working in my art journal again, and we'll see what we can do in there and what I can come up with. In the meantime, if you want to check out what I'm doing, you can always visit my website or my Instagram. The links will be down below in the description, and I will see you all next week. Bye!